What's going on, everyone? It's Marcellus back with another video. We got to talk about Baby Doge. As you can see, the prediction that we made yesterday came true with Baby Doge. And now we very briefly broke that 1250 resistance, but there's still the possibility for more uptrends coming for Baby Doge. And we're going to talk about why today. So definitely hit that like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section and let's get straight to it. So first things first, we're going to look at these technicals for Baby Doge. You can see in the last 24 hours, we are bullish by 60%. The bulls are in control of the 24-hour market control by 60% in the last 24 hours. Not only that, let's go ahead and look at some of this other stuff. So not only that, we also got over here with Baby Doge on the oscillator, all this buying volume. Like you can literally see it, and it's still going up. It still looks like the buying volume is actually increasing here on the oscillator. So I don't know if it's going to reverse to some selling soon, but right now it's looking like it's still increasing. We actually have a little increase right here in buying pressure. You see how it's like going down a little bit, and then here it starts to go up for the oscillator wave. So we're probably going to see some more buying coming in for Baby Doge, and that's definitely going to probably get us above 1250 resistance. So let's talk about the prediction that we made yesterday during our the whole live stream that we had. So actually for the live stream, this is the area pretty much where we're around with the live stream, somewhere around this area in general. And I was like, look, we may pull back down a little bit, but ultimately what we're looking at is another uptrend. That's why I drew this line up here. Watch that live stream from yesterday. It was actually a pretty good live stream, and it didn't span like 2 hours like usual. But I'll probably do a longer live stream soon. But yeah, anyways, this is definitely very nice for Baby Doge. I'm going to keep doing these live streams because it definitely helps to do it live and then show exactly what's going to happen next for Baby Doge. But yeah, we're doing nice numbers here. Remember, this is just a 15M chart, so this is a short-term chart. But let's talk about where Baby Doge could quite possibly go next. So next, what we see here for Baby Doge is our next immediate resistance. We already very briefly broke past the 1250. So if we're going to continue to become bullish, then what you're going to see is the next area Baby Doge gets stopped at is pretty much 1350. So you can see Baby Doge going up like 10% to 1350, something like that. And then you can also see Baby Doge quite possibly going back up to like 1380 at the top side of that resistance. Now, if Baby Doge were to break both of those areas there, then what we got to look at next is the next resistance area for Baby Doge. And the next resistance area for Baby Doge is pretty much bringing us all the way up here to about 1525. And then we have about 1620 for the one after that. So there's a lot of possibilities for Baby Doge to continue to rise here. And this is just a brief conversation here with this, because to be completely honest, we don't know if it's just going to continue to pump all the way up to 1620. I'm just saying those are our next resistance areas. Me personally, I think what we're going to end up doing here is going up here to this next resistance at 1350, pulling back a little bit, maybe even pulling all the way back to 1250 and then trying to get up there again, then having another drop until we get the swap coming out, or at least the swap update, like the actual date for the main net. And then when that actually comes out, then you'll probably end up seeing that pump, bringing us right back up with Baby Doge, probably going to bring us up pretty huge in around 1500 or something like that. So anything like that could happen next with Baby Doge, and it's really pure speculation at this point. Like I said, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just kind of us speculating, seeing where we're going to be going next. But anyways, the 4-hour chart, though, if you look at the 4-hour chart, it definitely looks really good right now on Baby Doge's part. So you can see here, this red area of supply and demand is less demand, but we're now breaking above that area. So if we can continue to go up here with Baby Doge, then that would be really good for the long term. And our major resistance is all the way up here, pretty much the last line that I set up here, all the way up at about 1630. That's going to be our major resistance. And then the top side of that area is going to be more so around 1760. And then we have more resistance around 1815. And then we also have a little bit more resistance at about 1920. So somewhere around there, 1920. So these are pretty much going to be our resistance levels. Now, what if we were going to go on the downside? And then you have to look at what happens for our supports. So if Baby Doge continues to get rejected here, if it can't stay above 1250, right now we're at 1229. But if we cannot stay above 1250, then you have to be prepared for what happens next in Baby Doge, and that will be that downtrend that we're talking about here. So over here, you can see we had this good support over here, and this is going to be at 1100. So at 1100, we have good support, and then we have even more support at 9Z9. So that's what we're looking at for our support areas with Baby Doge. Now, Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin, but before we go over that, let me show these other things with Baby Doge. So we're up 7.2% in the last 24 hours, 7.6% now. Not too bad, not too shabby. We're getting lots of holders coming in on Baby Doge. So yesterday we had 1,613,833 holders today. And then yesterday we had 613,691 holders. So overnight, I would say, give or take, we got about a good 200 holders overnight with Baby Doge. So that's pretty good. I mean, especially looking at this volume, like, look, 16.97K in US dollars burnt in Baby Doge in the last 24 hours, which comes out to be 13.39 trillion. So if you imagine us burning 13.39 trillion every single day, like if we could keep this up for a whole day, let's just look at this. Look, million, billion, trillion. If we could keep this up for a whole entire day, and let's just multiply this by 30 days. If we could keep this up for a whole month, this is million, billion, trillion. We could burn 401 trillion Baby Doge every single month if we could actually keep this up. And yeah, it might not look all that big, but imagine if Baby Doge just continues to pump even higher. Just imagine if we can start doing 50 trillion burnt a day. That's when you start seeing the huge burns, and hopefully we start to get the manual burns as well, so then we can continue to hold our prices steady. Now, let's talk about some other stuff here. So Baby Doge, 2 weeks until our 3D NFTs can be claimed. So 3D NFTs can be claimed inside of about 2 weeks now for Baby Doge. That's going to be on Thursday, September 22nd. And that's definitely pretty good. And shout out to everyone who got the NFTs. I do want to buy some Baby Doge NFTs. I'm not going to lie. I definitely want. And if anybody has any Baby Doge NFTs, and you just want to sell them to somebody, you don't want to overprice them, then definitely let me know, because I'll probably buy one of those NFTs off you, to be honest. But it has to be a nice looking one. I want like a cool NFT. Like, it has to be a cool looking one. But anyways, there are a lot of different NFTs on here. I like this one right here, the dragon maybe. But I don't know. We'll talk NFTs on the live stream. Like, we'll probably bring this whole thing up on one of the live streams. And yeah, I'll definitely talk about that. Actually, no, I kind of like this one because it has the samurai sword. But you see that now I'm getting all lost up on these NFTs. But hey, if y'all want to sell me any of these NFTs, actually, that's pretty cheap. $283 for this NFT. And it's owned by this person right here. So yeah, that's actually fairly cheap. If anybody wants to sell this NFT, if this person right here is watching, all right, so 0x20107 Nito, something like that. If you want to sell this NFT, definitely sell it to me and I'll buy it from you like right now. So he has these other ones right here, and it doesn't look like this one's 100% for sale, but there are offers I guess I can make on it. I don't want that one though. I want this NFT right here. So if you're watching this video, I want to buy this NFT from you. And I know it says buy now, but I just want to buy it from you. Maybe I could use my MetaMask, but hey, I might just buy this from you because I still have not gotten the NFT for Baby Doge. But anyways, let's keep going over Baby Doge. I got sidetracked here with the NFTs, but yeah, that's definitely pretty exciting to see. But anyways, Bitcoin. So as you can see here, we are bullish in the last 24 hours by 60% here in Bitcoin. Now, the prediction that we made yesterday came true. So yeah, I'm definitely happy doing these live streams because you can really see in real time the different predictions that we're making on this channel. And the fact that a lot of them are coming true, that's pretty good. And like I said, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor at all, but it does look like right now we're making some good calls here, some good plays. If everyone would have got in right around here, when I mentioned this yesterday, that was at 19.3K. If you look at it now, we're actually at 21.3K now. So yeah, you would have got, if you would have put 19K in there, you'd be up a cool 2K right now inside of Bitcoin. So that just kind of puts things into perspective for the haters saying, I don't know what I'm talking about, blah, 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 blah. I guess I don't know what I'm talking about, but let's keep doing this. So let's keep not knowing what we're talking about. So from yesterday, we had these green areas here. So the green areas are supply and demand of more demand. I guess I didn't know what I was talking about there. But yeah, look, supply and demand of more demand at these green areas, pretty much where our supports are. And literally every single time we get in the green areas, we start to get massive buying. So that's exactly what started to happen. We started to get massive buying. We hit the next green area, and then we started to get even more massive buying. And now we're at another green area, but it looks like it's about to turn red. And I'll tell you exactly why. So you can see right here, we broke it very briefly right here, and it turned red, which is showing that there was a little bit less demand. And you can also go over here and look at the oscillator. The oscillator is showing you another signal too. It's showing you that this buying, like the massive overbuying, has actually slowed down and nearly stopped. And now you're seeing selling happening, which is a bearish signal because now the selling is starting to speed up. You see 3 selling waves back to back here on the oscillator. And also, we have a little bit of a buying wave coming in. So if Bitcoin was to continue to rally and go up a little bit more, it would probably end up stopping at 21.8K or 21.9K. So we're either going to stop at that 21.8K area or our 21.9K area. So if we stop at one of those, that's probably where we're going to end up seeing that pullback coming in for Bitcoin. And then you'll probably end up seeing Bitcoin pulling back to 21.1K and eventually to 20.1K. So it'll look something like this. It goes up to here and then probably does some movements like this, trades in between there, boom, goes down here, possibly trying to do like a fake out here. I like to call it fake out. A lot of people call it dead cat bounce. I just call it a fake out. But anyways, you do that little fake out there, and then you go down here to this next support that we had. You can see that there was minor resistance here, and since the resistance was so minor earlier on in the day, we're probably going to end up seeing minor support here as well. So this is going to be very minor. You're probably going to end up seeing Bitcoin going right back down to the 20.1K area if we cannot break that resistance. And that's a big if we cannot break this resistance all the way up here. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If we cannot break this resistance and then go up to our next area, then what you'll see is Bitcoin going down from there. But what could happen if it does break it? So let's go ahead and look at that. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. So if we do break that area, there's low activity in this area. So there's going to be low activity for the institutional investors and the dark pools. There's low activity there. And since there's low activity there, there's going to be higher activities of retail traders selling pretty much because we're coming off of an overbought area here. You can see that on the oscillator. We're way overbought on the oscillator, meaning that we're about to have some selling coming in because every time we have overbuying, it's always followed immediately by selling. Happens time and time again here. So every time you see an overbought area, expect selling to come nearly like immediately after. And we just now got overbought and we're actually at the peak of that overbuying wave, which is probably going to be what leads us back down here. Now, if Bitcoin continues to pump from here and it can actually get all the way up here to this high activity area, which is 22.6K, what this area is pretty much saying is that 22.6K, if Bitcoin can get there and hold above 22.6K for long enough, then what you're going to end up seeing is Bitcoin going up to that next resistance line. And look at where we had last time for our support. We broke it over here. It was at 23.2K, but then we ended up breaking it. So our next resistance after the one that we just now looked at will be around 23.3K. So that's exactly what we're probably going to end up seeing here. Like I said, none of this is financial advice. But like I said, if we get past this area here, the high demand area, the high activity area for the institutional investors, you will probably end up seeing Bitcoin getting up to 23.2K. But yeah, this is pretty much all I got for you all today. I do want to make a Luna Classic video today, but if I don't get mad at me. I'm definitely going to try to make one today, though, because we also made good predictions for Luna Classic. And I guess I'll bring it up very briefly, but we're not going to actually talk about Luna Classic on this video because this is a Baby Doge video. But we will talk about it because everything that we mentioned in that live stream happened. Literally, it happened to a T. And actually, if you look over here, the first support that I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. But, there were some people hating saying we don't know what we're talking about on this channel. But if you look at it, there's a good opportunity here. And I remember someone on a live stream, I forgot your name, but someone on the live stream said that they just bought some more Luna Classic. And they sold their Luna Classic. And I was like, it was probably a good idea because when they sold their Luna Classic, they sold it about all the way up here when we're actually making the video and talking about where was a good area to sell. And I was like, look, this is a resistance here. This is heavy resistance at 5.8. And that happened. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about it. But hey, congratulations to you for making that good trade. This is probably going to be a good area to get back in on and possibly a little bit lower. But I'm going to make a whole video about this. So definitely stay tuned. And anyways, hit that like button and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I just so happen to make some good calls in crypto. But yeah, anyways, hit those like buttons and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And as always, I'll be back with another video.